Hello everyone. This video is the fourth installment of our Prehistoric Planet series of North American dinosaur models. It will be the last installment in the series. For the last 3 months or so, we've been building the Montana Hell Creek Formation, Cedar Mountain Formation, and the Nyctosaurus, the pterosaur of Kansas. The inspiration for this episode is the white bearsaurus and the hindsnout from the Alaskan. I designed a winter hunting scene by a stream. The model's scale is 1/35 and the terrain size is 30 by 30 centimeters. The base terrain is made of high-density foam board. After determining the stream's general direction, I cut and detailed the foam board with a sharp craft knife. Following the cutting process, I filled in the seams and uneven areas of the foam board with paper clay. The clay allowed me to create undulations in the terrain as well. To edge the entire floor, I used high-density sheetrock. This material is easy to work with, resistant to moisture, and doesn't easily warp. The smooth outer surface of the sheetrock is also convenient for applying background paper later on. To seal the bottom of the terrace, the putty used is a mixture of acrylic paint and acrylic molding paste. And the coloring is done directly on the terrain. However, this technique may not be suitable for beginners, so it is best to follow your coloring habits. Next, use an oil paint fan brush to soften the transition and, if necessary, add some slow-drying additives to speed up the process. Let the model dry completely before proceeding with the next operations. Sprinkle some rocks, leaves, and small branches around the stream. Then, add ice and snow layer by layer. During the late Cretaceous period, the temperature was still considerably warmer than it is now. Even at the North Pole, the average temperature was around 15 degrees Celsius. The region experienced distinct seasons, so it wasn't just a barren ice field. Use the airbrush to cover the paint again, making sure to apply it to all the crevices in the new rocks and branches. Proceed to set the colors, transitions, and shadows for the ice and water. To create a frosty effect, use well paste to paint the crevices and rock walls along the stream's path. You can apply more of it to the rock walls and crevices, which will act as a sealant for the tree branches you'll add later. After that, continue adding snow to the surface, which may require a few more passes. Using a 3:1 ratio of AB clear resin by weight, create a snowy stream on the blue-black floor. The resulting resin color will be a light, cool blue-green. To avoid the resin color becoming too dark, you can dip the pigment using a toothpick just a few times if the volume of the resin is small. After a few minutes, pour the bubble-free resin slowly. Use toothpicks or other tools to treat the crevices and edges of the rock under the water surface. After the resin is completely dry, there may be some shrinkage. The curing process usually takes around 12 to 24 hours. Please note that different types and brands of resin have different curing times, and temperature can also affect the curing process. When purchasing resin, it is important to pay attention to these factors. After the stream has frozen, more snow and ice should be added on top of it repeatedly. The layering process is done multiple times, with each layer being light. After each layer has dried, another layer is added. This results in the creation of a snowy ground with a particular shape. The next step is to create hanging ice. This time, we decided to use transparent plar material and 3D printing pens instead of UV glue to make translucent icicles. To draw transparent icicles on a rock, begin by creating a base on the edge of the rock where you want to hang the ice. Pay close attention to controlling the flow of the pen. For making icicles, you can also create them on a flat surface first, then move and paste them at your desired location. Next, add plants to the scene. The tree used here is the stock from the previous work. If you're interested in learning more about making wire trees, you can refer to our previous tutorial. Some twine was removed to create low clumps of hay. In the Cretaceous Arctic, plants can remain dormant for up to 6 months. However, due to warmer summers, the area is still heavily forested. Once the vegetation is in place, it's time to cover it with snow. This is almost the finished terrain. It's time for the main characters to make their debut. The hindsnout is a herbivorous dinosaur with distinct features such as a thick nasal bone and horny protrusions. It has been found in various archaeological sites from the Arctic Circle to Montana, USA, and is a characteristic dinosaur of the late Cretaceous period. They likely had long legs for running through grass to find food and a short tail to balance. The dinosaurs' habits may have been similar to modern reindeer that migrate seasonally, followed by predators. In 2006, a medium-sized theropod fossil, Brontosaurus, was found in Kokakatigosko in the North Slope borough of Alaska. Compared to its Tyrannosauridae relatives, Brontosaurus was relatively small, with an estimated maximum length of 8 to 9 meters. Its size was likely limited by the Arctic climate, which made it nearly impossible to find food for half the year. The late Cretaceous saw a diverse range of dinosaur species, with thermoregulatory systems similar to birds, enabling them to survive in extreme environments. And with that, we conclude the Prehistoric Planet Dinosaurs series. Just a quick preview, we'll be starting the Medieval Europe series next, so stay tuned. Thank you for watching our video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and we'll see you soon.